Happy Valentine's Day and welcome to the Cynthia Nyamai show. Now, today is the eve of Valentine's Day. What are you up to? Are you buying your loved one a gift? For your man, maybe a pair of socks, getting boxes of chocolate and cards. And what will tomorrow look like if you do not receive that special message or a card, box of chocolate, or that special dinner? What is love really all about? We have a couple who enjoy sharing their journey and talking about their love life coming up shortly. Renowned actor Martin Githinji, aka Daddy Marto, and his wife Christine Koku Lwanga are considered couple goals. Their love story is one for the books, having gotten engaged after only 14 days of dating. While no relationship is without challenges, the couple has opened up about love and family in their YouTube channel, Manapatao. In this month of love, the couple share the secrets to a successful relationship. Martin Githinji?
Yes.
So good to have you.
Pleasure as well to be here.
There are many AKAs.
Just one.
Which one?
Daddy Marto.
Daddy Marto.
Yes.
I still have another one in my mind.
Oh.
Something to do with Sue.
So unajua hiyo?
Yeah, najua. Huyu ndio Sue. Nimesikia anaitwa Koku.
In real life.
Huyu ndio Sue wa real life.
Yes.
Finally. I'm so happy to have you on my set today.
Thank
been
you.
watching your YouTube channel. I've been watching your shows. And I have so many questions for you. I think because I also want to learn during this time of love. And I see a lot of people always saying couple goals, couple goals. Some tattoo pays or goals.
You'll be surprised.
Tell me, where did you grow up? Did you grow up in Kenya or Uganda?
I grew up in Kenya. Then at around 11 years old, that's when now I reconnected with my dad because my parents had separated for years. Yes. So that's when now I got to know the other side of my family, and I'd go there during the holidays and spend time there in Tanzania as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're very open, both of you grew up without your fathers, but we'll continue talking about it. And for you, Daddy Marto, grew up?
I was born in Nairobi, grew up in Isiolo.
Yes.
Went to high school in Embu, then came to Thika. My mom settled in Thika. Mi nimeshindwa kuenda mbali sana na Thika. Nilijaribu kuishi Nairobi nikashindwa. So nikaenda, sasa niko Ruiru.
Yes. That's where you've settled.
Yes.
And how did you guys meet?
How did we meet? Can
you remember? You know,
yes. Oh, yes.
You know, men never have the date. Do you remember the date?
Yes,
when you met? The date?
I actually remember the date better than her sometimes. I was at Allianz directing a play. I had a friend who was, I had requested her to go. Friend. Yeah, we have a mutual friend who was playing Cupid without us realizing. Was playing Cupid because she'd told me she wants to hook me up. She'd told her she wants to hook her up. Yeah. But, you know, at the time,
of us knew
with who,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I had asked her to help me duplicate my key. So she was bringing me back my copy. And then she says, come say hi to my friends. Yeah. I go see the friends. I'm like, Ngai baba. Niliona. The zing. Inaona, hey, okay. Hapo umekuja na friends.
Niliona sana ya kwanza that stood out.
You want me to say?
I
will say.
Under 18.
I will say.
Under 18.
I saw her big, beautiful eyes.
Yes, okay.
Big, beautiful eyes.
Yes.
Because she looked like a deer in headlights. Just like this too. Like, ooh, okay. Are you trying to help me see into your soul?
I naturally have big eyes, and when I talk or when I'm expressing myself, they just enlarge. So I think that's what he saw.
And what did you notice him the first time you met?
I just noticed he was shabbily dressed. He had this oversized trench coat, and I was just staring at it and wondering, why?
Yeah. Probably that's why her eyes were all open. I was like, oh my goodness.
I didn't notice him at all.
Yeah.
And it was until a friend told her, hey, say hi to my friend Marto. Oh, hi Marto. Okay.
Yes. And then, so after that, did you ask her out?
So I asked the friend, she's called Maureen. I asked her, 3 key things I needed to understand at the time before I knew if I was going to make a move. I asked her, is she single? how old is she? And then, because there are things I was trying to gauge at the time. And then, is she smart? As in...
Interesting. So you're already clear. How old were you then?
I was, this is 2016. So I was 29.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So already were you thinking about settling down and the kind of woman you want in your life?
So you were just recently divorced.
Thank you.
Say it. Okay.
So I was in a relationship.
You were married. Look, I just leave this one. He was married.
His definition.
I was in a relationship that had done the necessary ceremonies that would call us married.
The traditional or?
Traditional.
Okay.
Traditional, yes. It still is a marriage, yes.
Yeah.
I was in a marriage that till that time, at the time I'd gotten out of it for at least 18 months.
Yeah.
So I was I'm no longer angry.
Yeah.
And I am not really looking, but if it comes, I will see it and I will notice it.
Were you really looking for a relationship?
No, that's the thing. I'm not looking for it.
Yeah.
But if I see it, I will know it.
And sometimes when we've gone into a relationship and it doesn't work out, we really then know what we don't want.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that was the point at which I was at, specifically then, that I knew these were my uncompromisables. This is what I want, this is what I don't want. So when I got to those three answers, I was like, okay, let's see. Then step 2, ask for her number. And then just let it simmer. Let it simmer. I didn't.
Until he almost killed me in front of TRM.
I need to hear this one from you.
Yes.
So in front of TRM?
What?
So when we left him, I saw him whispering to my friend. Yeah. I was like, okay, Nini, tuna take time, we need to go. Because we were going for a girls' night out that day. I was like, why is he whispering and looking at me? Anyway, so later on, yes. So later on, she texted me. She told me, by the way, my friend really likes you, and he asked for your number. Danilimpatia. So in case you see somebody texting you or calling you, just know ni yeye. Go like, why? You know where I'm coming from, because I was it was around 6 months post a very abusive relationship. In every way. So I was not looking. I told her, you know very well I'm not looking for anyone. I am not interested in getting into any relationship. Why did you give up my number? Then she's like, you relax. So 3 days later, I was shopping at TRM. So when I was coming out to, like, hapo nje I get the main entrance. Oh, that was the main entrance, Kitambo. As I was getting out with my friend, some random guy with a car just comes and veers close. Alinipita hivi.
I will not let that narrative get out.
No, we want the real story. Go on.
So I was driving TRM drive, and then I see 2 ladies in front of me. It's like, oh, I remember this face. Like, unfortunately, now intakubali, I hooted. That was very callous. I hooted, but I was excited because, like, I've seen you 3 days ago. Yeah. I liked you, and then
again, you're like, now. This is God.
Like, I mean, come on. So I said, hi, Christine. Then she said, oh, hi.
And then after almost hitting her.
Yes.
Okay.
Then
so we agree, almost.
As they were walking off, I see her whisper to her friend, because her friend was like, who is that? And then she says, it's me, I think Marto. The fact that I saw her mouth my name, I was like, so you remember me?
Yeah.
That night when I got home, Terren.
Texting WhatsApp.
Hey. Wacha tu. Actually, that we have a screenshot of that on our Manapatao YouTube channel. Yes. The screenshot of the very first message I sent her. Yeah. I still have it today.
Did you respond to that message?
Yes.
I'm gonna play hard to get.
Yes. But he was pushing for a date immediately. He was like, tomorrow I'm taking you for a play.
I've met you day 1. Day 2, I've met you again. Now you expect me to wait.
So I tried to dodge, but it intrigued me that the first date somebody wanted to take me to was a play, to go watch a play. I think I was really dating some shoddy guys, because always they would ask me out to a club, a place where we just go and drink alcohol. And the surroundings were not that good. So when he asked me to go watch a play, it was refreshing.
Yeah. So tell me about that first date. How
It was so beautiful.
First,
it was
it
nice.
was cost effective.
We enjoyed it. Yes, thank you. Next question.
Let me tell you. So
What are you running away? Tell me, what is he running away
Let me tell
from?
you.
The details.
Me, I was invited for a play date, and I was like, yes, I want to watch a play. Somebody, finally a mature guy, somebody who is sensitive, who is mature. Mimi nika show up for a date. Nikiwa nimedress vizuri sana. Nika watch play. Niko like, okay, nice. Oh, you are the director. Tukampigia makofi.
You had done a good job na hiyo play. So hapo amepass kidogo exam.
See, I thought as we were going for like a dinner or something because it was in the evening, this guy took me to a double date. So in my head, I was like, really? Why?
In my defense, it wasn't my idea.
It was whose idea?
Somebody suggested it. I thought at the time. Now I look back and realize it was not a good idea. But at the time, I thought it was a good idea.
How
can that be a good idea? Okay, what was good about that?
That, I don't know.
That you'll get to know...
I don't know. My friend just suggested...
2 people at the same time?
No, because my friend just suggested because he was already dating somebody. So I know both of them. I know both of them separately.
I don't.
And she did not know.
I am
so it must have been awkward for her.
It was.
What are you even talking
I didn't
about?
think that it would be.
I was just like this the whole day.
I just thought that it would be, I don't know. Sijui, by the way.
I don't know these people.
It felt like a good idea.
And then you guys,
wasn't.
we would digress and talk about stories that only
of course
the three of you know about.
Yeah.
I felt so left out. You didn't consider my feelings. You didn't consider that I would feel alienated.
I thought it was a good idea.
I actually didn't want to talk to you after that
couple
day.
goals. You know, I like the comments. People are like couple goals. Kumbe yanzangi with the best way sometimes.
That's why we try and be as real and as authentic to our truth as we know it. You know, of course, leaving out some things that we want to keep for ourselves, you know. Because, you know, even as horribly as that first date might have gone.
Did she agree to another one?
Yes, she did.
You kind of made an impression if she said yes again.
12 days later, I went down on one knee and asked her to be my girlfriend.
Really?
Yes.
After 12 days, you knew she's the one.
12 days. So, because this is what, the space that I was in at the time.
Yeah.
Again, I said I just come out of another relationship.
Yes.
So I knew what I want and I knew what I don't want. And then thanks to also her experience in her previous relationship, she knew what she did not want, she knew what she wanted. Yeah. So within those 12 days, the kind of conversations we were having were very intentional. Yeah. Within those 12 days, we were even talking about how we would raise our kids if we would get
I like that, intentional.
Yeah, very intentional. We said, staki kupata tena. Staki kutafuta.
Yeah.
So no, tukikosana, tunakosana to figure it out. Although kuna wakati tulikosana.
Ulifanya?
Si kufanya kitu. We just...
How this story has started, it always has to be you.
No. Imagine, this time it wasn't me. It wasn't me. We just disagreed on what at the time was uncompromisable for me.
Yes.
Yeah. So, you know... Then I realized, we are being too strict on some things.
It's the insecurities that were from previous relationships that were coming up. Yes.
Yeah, I want to talk about that. We'll take a short break, but I want us to talk about how some of those experiences come up in our next relationship. And also something that I've realized is, especially for men when they're older and their marriage has ended, when they're in the dating pool, it's like they want to get married faster than the women. We have to talk about that. That and more coming up shortly after the break.
He left and I unfollowed him everywhere. I blocked him everywhere and I started crying. I called my friend. I was like, really? I really thought this is something that was special that was happening.
Welcome back. I'm sure this is an interview. You have to continue watching Daddy Marto and his wife. And we were talking about, you know, you coming now together and you both had a past. painful relationships. Now, when the dating got, and I liked what you said, it was more intentional. Are there some signs that, you know, you realize that maybe I'm still not over some of the trauma of the relationship that I had before, and it came up in this new relationship?
Yes, it made us separate and divorce, and I blocked him for 2 hours.
Unfollowed.
I unfollowed and blocked him everywhere because the previous relationship I was in was very controlling. I did not have space to be me. I did not have space to just be, and that is so constricting for somebody in a relationship. So I had just come from work and invited him over, and we were just having the normal, we used to have heavy conversations, heavy real life conversations anytime we would be together. Yes. So I can't really remember exactly what the conversation was about, but I remember his view, his non-compromisable. This is my non-compromisable in a relationship. It triggered me feeling controlled because it felt constricting. It felt like, are you trying to control me? Are you trying to control how I behave? Are you trying to control how I relate in my life with my friends and everything? And like I said, I read there's a book I was reading, and it says our bodies remember trauma. It could be buried in the subconscious. Naturally, the brain can do that to protect us. But I remember I had a physical reaction. I tensed up everywhere, and I felt unsafe. I felt scared. I felt controlled. I felt
and like,
small.
we can't do this again.
Yeah, and I told him, if that is the case, I can't do this. I can't do this. I remember he left my house. It was around 10 p.m., right? Because even him was like, okay, that is my non-compromisable and I am not budging. This is it. Okay, you're not going to Nini? Deuces. Yeah. He left and I unfollowed him everywhere. I blocked him everywhere and I started crying. I called my friend. I was like, really? I mean, really? I really thought this is something that was special that was happening. Then my friend calmed me down and made me see things from a different perspective. She asked me, could it be that this is coming back from your previous situation? Yeah. And turns out as well, he was miscommunicating. Because what he was trying to tell me, it was coming from a place where he didn't have not control, what can I say? It felt like you didn't have space in your previous relationship. So it's like he was, I'm going to demand my space in the next relationship. So that's why we conflicted. But eventually, after 2 hours, midnight, I called him.
You unblocked.
Yes, I unblocked him. Yeah. I hadn't unblocked you. I didn't unblock the following day. But kwa call, nilikuwa unblock that day, and I called him. I told him, okay, we can talk. Let's talk about this. Let's dissect. What's really going on here? What do you really want? What did you really mean when you said this? Because me, nilisikia hivi, and this doesn't work for me. Then that's when he explained, no, this is not what I meant. We had an hour-long conversation. And then he came back to my house.
And the rest is history. Other things I cannot say.
But is there a lot of then unlearning and learning?
Every day.
Unlearning, relearning, every single day.
Yes.
Every day, even now.
Oh, even now,
even now.
Even now.
And are there some things that you realized, because both of you have openly talked about growing up without a father, and for you, fatherhood is a really big deal. How did you realize later it affected you and the kind of relationships that you had growing up without a dad?
That was, I think, my very first level of, I don't claim to be very self-aware, but that was my very first level towards self-awareness, because I said to myself, I have not been raised by my father, so I don't exactly know what being a father is, but I will strive to be a father. So I was very intentional about it, and I said, I'm coming with a blank canvas. I can paint it in whichever way I feel will exude love and wish for the best. Because those are the basics. Because the best is not necessarily perfect, but it's my best. That's what it will remain. It was my best. I did my best as, whatever I was, with the resources that I was provided with, and I threw love at my child. That's all I need to do.
And for you, Koku, how was it growing up without a dad? How did it affect you? It's a bit different for women.
The first time I realized, my situation is not normal, is when I think I was really young, 5 or 6, and my friend started asking me, Kwani, where is your dad? Why do you only have 2 names? So I started asking my mom, so where is dad? Your dad is in South Africa, he's working. But my dad ended up being in South Africa working for a further 5 years without me seeing him. Yeah. So when we reconnected, there was a lot of water under the bridge. There's so many things we can't recover anymore. Yes. Time has lost us so much. But we are at an okay place. What I can say, it really affected my self-esteem. It affected how I relate to boys. Yes. It affected I didn't realize how much it affected me until I now take bank of my previous relationships and see, there's a reason why I dated these men. Yeah. There's a reason why I had all these horrible relationships. There's a reason why I was looking for validation in the wrong places. There's a reason why I was so scared in exploring and pursuing things that were really good for me. There is a reason why my confidence wasn't that great. It affected me a lot. Yeah.
Tell me about Manapatao and what was the idea behind it?
So we had our wedding, our traditional wedding in Uganda. At the time, we hadn't even started doing, social media per se. So I just wanted to come up with something, a hashtag, just to bring everything together so that people don't post kila mtu kivyake vile anajibamba. So I just tried going through the internet to combine names. You know those name generator things? You are Christine Martin, unaona Martin. Because Martin inaisha na Christine is just Martin. Or Christine. Iwak. Middle names Haziwak. It was like, okay, at the time our boy was turning 1 year old, or had actually just turned 1 year old. It's like, okay, she's Mama Tao, I'm Baba Tao, but I want my boy to call me Papa. Okay. So Ma na Pa Tao. And that's how the name came about. Mama Tao na Papa Tao, Ma na Pa Tao. Yeah. Then we got another child. That name became very hard to move with.
So maybe do we need another name? I had rumors. So we actually. But again, your mind has been thinking as early as last night.
We actually struggled with the idea of still moving forward with Manapatao because, yes, by a firstborn, Mama firstborn will always be called by the firstborn child's name. But, we don't want to create any traumas in the child, So we're just trying to go with Wataure. And I like that it's still a weird name because by the time people figured out what Manapatao was, hata nimekosea, singe explain imetoka wapi. But probably they would have actually gotten it.
It's about uncovering things people didn't know.
Yeah. So individually, we still have our own brands, Daddy Marto, Koku Lwanga, where the name is Christine Lwanga and Martin Githinji. But then when we are doing things together, we'll see how Wataure will be. Because we'd also want to, create a legacy for them. If they choose to proceed with this, well and good. If they choose not to, we will empower them well enough to make their own decisions.
And this is a month for love, February. What's your advice on finding love and just love generally?
We got lucky. We got lucky that we found each other at that particular time. Not first, we got lucky that we found each other at that time when we had gone through whatever we went through. So that way, we knew that we'd want to be intentional. You are intentional about one thing, the love will flow from there. Don't wait to love first.
Interview must go viral. I'll share it. But just know,
that's
women's conference.
That's my opinion. That's my opinion, please.
Thank you so much. I wish we had more time because I'm relearning. And I'm sure same also for our viewers. And we definitely have to have you another time. Well, life is not a final destination. And that's one quote that has put a lot of pressure out of my life. This is a month of love. Begin by loving yourself so that you can also learn how to love others. We are in the Gem Suites. In case you're looking for a Valentine's plan, this is a place for you. See you next time.